Hello, ladies and gents. I'm Zephyr Victorious, and welcome back to 999 with Kain.
Hello.
So, yeah, we're gonna just jump right in because there's lots what's
Giggly and destruction and ooh,
oh,
butterfly.
that wasn't what I was gonna say. I was gonna say lots of dialogue, but yeah, that too.
If we don't start now, this video will never be
It
finished.
will never end. But yeah, so just a heads up. Apparently, I'm losing my voice, which
Yeah.
is
Wow. That was fast.
yeah. So this is gonna be good. But yeah,
Uh,
on the plus side, Kane's voice is finally
yeah,
maybe back.
unfortunately, I can't do the ninth man's voice very well anymore.
So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, maybe I'll have you do the ninth man's voice.
I mean, I've got the stutter and the gravelly voice already, so I might as well.
Well, it wasn't really the gravelly voice. It was more like this, you know? But it wasn't quite like this because I can't quite do that voice right now.
Okay.
See, this is what I meant. If we don't start, we won't.
Okay, these are your lines. It's your fault that we're not going anywhere.
Clover, are you all right?
Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor. Yeah, I'm fine. She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. They grunted and strained, but...
Shit! Won't budge.
That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping. Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
Just like 8 people just...
You're right. I can hear it too.
What is it?
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Oh god.
Shit! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied to me.
Whoops.
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen. This is wrong. This is wrong.
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What's happening in there?
Open the door. Please. I'm begging you. Help me. Please, get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him?
Because
He
you
looked at-
broke it?
Because you broke it. Maybe.
Because
He
you
looked-
keep punching things?
He does have a bad habit of punching stuff. Although he's not very strong, because he hasn't broken anything he punched
He
yet.
didn't even break the mirror.
Yeah, like, let's be real. He looked at the display where the asterisks had shown up. It said engaged.
To whom? Who's the lucky machine?
Oh my god. Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen. I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him.
Who knew cane noises were so useful?
Yeah, right?
The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room. In that silence, the electronic tone that echoed across the room sounded as loud as a gunshot. All eyes turned toward it. It had come from the device mounted next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Vatican.
Just smack you. Vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
7. The mountain swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel. The device had registered Junpei's bracelet number, 5. His was not enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Junpei asked.
Which pair do we want to ask?
I don't know.
It's your call entirely.
Does it get annoyed if you use the same person more than once?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then probably... I don't know, pick the first one. Ace and Lotus.
Your call, like I said.
Oh wait, are we going through the door or are we just testing to see if it opens?
Don't remember.
You're helpful.
I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I played this game. I remember the puzzles and such. Most of them. Some of them. Few of them. None of them, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, Cause rather not get separated from, well, anybody if we could help it. But if we're going through the door, maybe... I don't know. I'm hesitant to ask Snake.
Okay.
I'm also hesitant to ask June. Because the guy on the other side just died. So, Ace and Lotus?
Okay.
I don't know. Let's do it.
Ace Lotus. You think you can give me a hand here?
The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Ace and Lotus lifted their left hands silently.
That's a lot of rings.
Yeah. He verified, and she followed suit. Even I don't wear that many rings. 5 plus 1 plus 8 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. They'd fulfilled the conditions. God, I can talk. If they were to pull the lever on the side.
Are you guys ready? Absolutely not. I'm gonna open it. Absolutely not.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. Oh my god.
That wasn't slow at all.
There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Oh. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth. Oh my god.
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad. Oh yeah, that was his voice. This was his voice.
Was it? I don't remember that.
There is now.
It's like the science teachers. Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood.
Oof. Yeah, she saw it. Jesus.
The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut.
And everyone died.
She crumpled to the floor.
June, you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. She's unconscious. Her face looked like wax and her whole body began to shake.
Alright, let's just rest for a minute, okay? Then you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Oh, she's not unconscious.
No.
I had just assumed when somebody passes out from seeing a man exploded that they passed out, not just kind of fell. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
As gently as he could, he set her down in it.
How you feeling? Are you alright? I know you just saw an exploded corpse, but...
She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
How huge are we talking?
Noticeable huge. Why? Why did this happen? Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs. Why did this happen? Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? And what's this nonary game? Come on, anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped.
Excuse me.
Nice. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then, on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence.
It's 10 o'clock then.
Ace said what each one of them had been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Has his mouth always looked like that?
Yeah?
Oh. Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap.
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
Can I just point out the fact that this is a licensed Nintendo game where they say fuck freely?
Oh, yeah. I'm also glad that you have all the male characters, because they tend to be the ones swearing the most.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up. Let's get going already. Go, go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke. No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the Knife Man?
Of course. Who else? In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again. The dark, reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. Yes, we really need this imagery. The explosion that had torn through his body had been
Can we just put, like, an exploded corpse on the screen? No, that's probably against YouTube's terms of service.
Nope, I'm not. Nope. No. Only if I feel like vomiting during editing, which I don't. The 9th man's neck had been twisted in an odd... Oh! No!
Do you want to read this?
No. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by explosion or by gravity. This is freaking graphic!
Who says books can't be graphic?
Nobody? He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jutted out of his chest like the legs of some sort of macabre crab. Oh, wow.
How's that energy doing for you?
Oh.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Oh, no, I don't need this.
This why you didn't get into forensics?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Actually?
Yeah.
Were you gonna go for forensics except for this?
It was the thought.
As long as you kind of...
Junpei felt something flip in his stomach.
I think he just screwed up.
Eyebrows went up, and Santa continued.
He probably set up some sort of trap, and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny? Oh, my apologies. You were just so very confident. I couldn't help myself. What the fuck? I think you're mistaken the situation. Huh? The ninth man's death. It had nothing to do with a trap. Or at least not the sort of trap you imagine it did. Then... he broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it. You still don't... Alright. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did you say about the number of people? Wait. Oh no, that makes sense. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, wait, that's not right. If only 3 and 5 people can pass through, that's not enough people. But
Wow.
I'm an idiot. He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one number door. Right? And after that, you've forgotten the relevant part.
It's contagious.
What did Zero say?
Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. That everyone who verified had to go, right? I mean, that's what I'm assuming anyway.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. Right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 people or more than 5 can't go through.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
Snake inclined his head toward Junpei.
The ninth man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed. Then Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules. Oh, I'm not sure of that. Why not? Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? What I mean?
What do you mean? Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity and sighed.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I'd hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes. What do you know? Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket. With
I'll
a
turn that off.
flourish, With a flourish, he presented it to Spike, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Spike.
Spike Ace. Where did I get Spike from?
Spike come?
I have no idea. That's not even on the page anywhere. I'm so confused.
Come on now. What's the point of giving me this? Give me that.
Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
Huh? The hell is this?
7 tugged it out of Santa's hands.
I see.
The card went from 7 to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille. I've never seen Braille spelled that way.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you see it? How is it normally
I don't
spelled for you?
remember, but that's not that way.
I don't know, but that's not it. Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry guys, I can't read this.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk. Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it's a message from Zero. From Zero? A message?
What does it say? Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. About right.
It says, if you get within 1 meter of Snake, you all die.
Wouldn't that be quite the conundrum? Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now.
He looks like a professor. Hang on a second. Be quiet, children.
On a second, everyone. No need to panic. You don't need to force me, I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information.
This music.
Oh, is it good?
It's good.
I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. Is this still you, actually?
Might as well. I can do it. The dead is the deactivation device. I can do it in Zero's voice, too. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I'm afraid this may be something of a surprise. I placed a small bomb inside of you and the people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt that by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed through your stomach and found its way into your small intestine. In other words, you'll be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or timer, for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. The condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead. What is this, a Dr. Seuss book?
I'm having a lot of trouble following this, actually.
I'll give it a summary afterwards if you still have trouble.
Okay.
You must also keep in mind that the numbered door will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. So long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us disclose how to remove the bracelets, or discuss. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from this ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off, or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode. This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
That was a lot of words for that tiny card. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket. The message had been lengthy, but its meaning was clear. Only those who verified their numbers at the red could pass through the numbered doors. Teams could not increase or decrease their numbers. The Reds, Deads, and Bracelets enforced the rules. They were judge, jury, and executioner. In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside his body. The thought of it made him queasy. His stomach felt oddly hollow and his legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game? Junpei looked over at the others.
Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all silent.
Science?
They were all science. They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Oh. Sorry.
Wow.
Actually, I saw him.
Alright, so that was 999. Thank you guys so much for watching this and sticking around. And I'm going to leave a link to Kain's channel in the description below. You guys should go check out his channel because he's got some interesting stuff that he uploads. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!
Bye!